Hi, it's Tara with PDQ. Okay, we're back for more MFA stuff. Okay, if you're like me and you want to just freak out because Microsoft is moving stuff around every day, you'll feel my pain. So we've done a lot with MFA so far. I'm going to show you a little bit more. We had a request to push out an authentication type. So rather than push, we're going to do a code. Okay. So let's start with what you probably all do now, or maybe some of you do, I've done in the past. So we're gonna hop in to MFA, right? So here's all my users, and you can do this per user, or you can do it in bulk, right? So I can pick one user, I can drill down, I can say enable, I can say enforce, or I can pick them all, and I can do a bulk update, and I can say, yeah, I'm gonna force it for everybody, right? That's the hard way though, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna instead hop over to conditional access. Now in conditional access, it's kind of scary, but we can make a policy. That policy can enforce a certain type of MFA for all of our users, for one user, for a group of users. So I made this policy earlier, and this particular policy is for authenticator. You can make a policy for whatever kind of method you want. This one that I did is for authenticator. So let's take a look. So you're just going to drill down. This right here is going to tell you, or you're going to pick the users that you want. So for me, I made a group. Don't do this for yourself. Don't lock yourself out. So be careful. I made a group. My group is authenticator, and I added one member to the group. Okay, so I'm going to specify my group. Then it's going to come down and you're going to say, what cloud apps do you want to use? And it tells you right here, hey, dummy, don't lock yourself out. So be careful. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to say, these are the conditions that I want to be present to enforce this policy. So you can be really selective if you want. You can say, I only want to enforce this policy if this user is really high risk. So say they get 5 super risky sign-ins, go ahead and enforce this policy. For me, I just said low. I want to enforce it for everybody, but you can decide for yourself, right? So you're just going to walk down through all of these, right? And then let's jump down to grant. And you're going to be really careful. You're going to read through every single one of these, and you're going to remember, don't include yourself in this group, right? You're going to test every single one of these. You're going to come to the bottom and enable policy, report only, offer on, and then you're going to save it, okay? So again, I'm going to caution you, be really careful because you can lock yourself out of your tenant. Whatever you do, just make sure you don't include yourself, okay? So that's one way, conditional access. And remember, this one is authenticator. You can do duo, you can do text only, you can do whatever one you want. So that's one way. But we're dealing with Microsoft, so let me show you another way too, okay? This is a set it and forget it. I don't want to go back and adjust my users every time I have a new user. I'm going to make a policy so I don't have to do that. But I can also come over to authentication methods, and this would be where I want to specify multiple, okay? So you'll see right here, I also have authenticator. It's enabled. Sign in strong authentication. I have the same options. I can select users. If I wanted to put it for all users, I can, but I'm not going to. Again, don't lock yourself out. I can do select users. I'm going to add my authenticator group, just like I did with my policy. And over here, this is key. You remember how we talked about push or code? If I set this to passwordless, it's going to force that code. And that's what we recommended in our webcast for security. Go with the code. So this little toggle right here is key. So again, be really careful with your scope, hit save, okay? So I did these two in conjunction. One is going to force my MFA. One is going to say, yes, I want the code. But play around, see what one works for you. And then don't forget the old reliable. You can enforce it right here on your user pane. Try them all, see which one works for you in your environment. Okay, I'm Tara with PDQ.